So today's video is basically story time. So the story time I'm gonna tell y'all is about the time when I had got into my very first fight. So I grew up not being really much of a person that liked to fight people because fighting never really solves anything. But nowadays, hey, I prefer to fight. Then they go get a rod, talking about this, that, and the third, because at this point, rods is the most common thing people use, and that's why everybody getting shot or killed now, because everybody want to use a rod instead of just fighting. But my very first fight was, let's say, middle school, 8th grade year. It was 8th grade year in middle school when I was at the Westdale with a dude named Sean. So how we became fighting, we ended up fighting because he was talking about my mama or whatever. And he was like, your mama ugly, your mama stupid. That's why your mama finna go bald, your mama finna die. We'll do this and the third. Well, anywho, the day we was on the way home from, we was on the way home from school on the bus. I sat in the front of the bus, he sat in the back of the bus. He have a history of fighting me and my cousins. I don't know why. So, cool. Ended up getting up, going to the back of the bus to, see what the business was. And he kept talking noise, talking about, yeah, you not gonna do nothing, you not gonna do nothing, your mama this, your mama that. Mind you, y'all, he's a white boy. So, at that moment, everything just went left. I ended up diving in his stuff. I ended up diving in him or whatever. And we was like, the bus was like, we was almost home. We was turning on Drusilla coming out of Jefferson. And our bus driver, Miss Carter, she stopped the bus in the middle of the busy Jefferson Highway and came all the way to the back of the bus talking about, you need to get to the front of the bus. You need to get to the front of the bus right now. So I was like, all right, cool. Long story short, went to the front of the bus. All right, boom. So then he went to school. He ended up going to school telling everybody, oh, I snuck him. I didn't give him a chance to hit. I snuck him. In reality, and when I punched him, because he stood up to me, when I decked him in his face, his head, he fell and hit his head on the window and the metal part of that bus, which part hurt. And he was like, oh yeah, he body slammed me, he cheated, he was on top of me. Anybody on that bus could tell you that day, I did not sneak him. I walked from the front of the bus to the back of the bus to get the issue clear. So he wanted to talk all that. So boom, he waited till we graduated middle school to say that. Crazy part is, he went to high school with me. And the thing is, we live right by each other. He lived one street behind me. So we ended up, I seen him at high school and he mugged me. So I mugged him back or whatever. He thought he was one of them people that was hard and all this, that, and the third. So one day we was coming home. We was all walking home from school. And we used to leave him because we didn't really bang with him. We didn't really mess with him like that. So he ended up hurrying to go home. This was me and all my cousins. We all walked. Everybody that lived in the neighborhood, we all walked together or whatever. So boom. He waited till the day I was by myself. He hurried up and ran home. When I say ran home, this man really was sprinting home. So I was by myself and I'm walking. I was like, okay, cool. I'm minding my business. Think we had got our beef cleared already. He ended up coming out to the end of his street. And so how it is my street is right here. His street is right here. But the road goes this way. So I had to walk past that way, but he came to the end of the street and I live on this side. So he ended up coming out there with a machete or something in his hand. And he was like, oh yeah, I want my re, you pussy, you this and the third. So I ended up dropping my bag and whooped his ass again. You don't scare me. weapons don't scare. Best, like I'll tell everybody, if you gonna bring a weapon to a fist fight, like a fist fight, I mean, yeah, make sure you use it. Make sure you use it, because if you bring a weapon to a fist fight and the person that's fighting you with no weapon win, you should be embarrassed and you should never be out there in public again. So boom, we ended up fighting or whatever, and then so I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go home. So later that day, I went and I got Chandler. Chandler, I was like, he talking about he want to fight me with this and third. So I went over there because he wanted to fight again. So I walked to his house or whatever to fight him. And he had a gun. So I came back home. I was like, Chandler, come with me, because he had got a gun. So Chandler ended up coming with me. But when we got there, and when I was like, he wanted to do all that talking. I'm about the action when I get there. Like, I want to get straight to the action because I don't got time for that. We get there or whatever, and he was like, yeah, I'll shoot you, I'll kill you, with this and the third. So I just end up running up on the man, like, knock the gun out of, trying to knock the gun out of his hand. I was literally stomped this boy to the ground. Like, this was the most violent fight I ever had. When I say I stomped somebody to the ground, I ain't never, like, really get you to the ground and stomp you out there. Like, I try to stuff that boy in the ground. Like, I was not playing, because at this point, my mama had just passed in 2015, in September, like a month after school start. You think I'm finna sit here? I'm finna take all the title on you because you already said my mama was finna die in my 8th grade year, and now it's 9th grade year, and my mama dead. Like, no, you're finna get everything that comes with this retaliation, and I gave no fucks. None whatsoever. So his dog ended up coming out there, and like the dog didn't bite nobody, but like the dog tried to bite us, but I wasn't for it. So like Chandler handled that part, and then we ended up going back home. Like, after I left him out there, his mouth was bleeding. Then the gun was fake. Like, the gun was fake. So we took the gun and we threw it in the drain. Like, you're gonna learn your lesson. So, like, a good 3 hours later, his daddy came home. Chandler's daddy came home and was like, we need to go apologize. Well, yeah, we need to go apologize because that wasn't right how we went to their house and fight. But nobody knows that. Like, I don't think they knew, but like, he ended up coming back he came and walked to our house, and we had another fight like an hour later. After he told his mama, woo this, that, we hit him, all that, we snuck him. And in the middle of him getting his ass whooped in our front yard, his mama ended up pulling up, and she got out with a baseball bat talking about, let my son go. I'm going to press charges on y'all. Then Chandler came out the house with a crowbar, ran up to her and said, you better get the hell in your car and get out of our yard because that's trespassing. And they ended up telling our parents, and Chandler daddy wanted us to go and apologize, but the boy didn't want to open the door. But I didn't want to apologize anyway because, no. Like, you talked about my mama. Consequences with retaliation. You're going to get it. Ain't no sparing. I'm going to make a song. Ain't no sparing your whole life, you better get it. What? Ooh, ain't no sparing your whole life, you finna get it. Ain't no sparing your whole life, you finna get it. Ain't no sparing your whole life, you finna get it. Get a hand clap, yeah, you finna get it, bow. Get a hand clap, yeah, you finna get it, bow. Get a hand clap, yeah, you finna get it, bow. Get a hand clap, bow. Get a hand clap, bow. Finna run up, get done up, yeah, you finna get it. I'm finna put your son up. You better stop playing. I'm finna stomp you to the ground up, yeah. But nah, yeah, that was my very first fight. I don't plan on having no more because I don't really like fighting. It's not that I don't know how to fight. It's just, hey, if I got too much built up in me, just know whoever getting in that blend, make sure you got life insurance. But yeah, hey, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what other videos y'all need. Y'all was not being active. And I hate inactive people. Oh, y'all stresses me out. But with that being said, hey, y'all keep it easy. Peace, love, soul. Hey, y'all keep it safe. All right? I'm out.